I'm Jonathan Klein. I'm a senior engineer at Wayfair, and I also run the web performance team here. Wayfair is an e-commerce company. We did about $500 million in revenue last year, and we're hoping to increase that by 50 to 75% this year. So we're growing rapidly, and we love to have tools that we can use to monitor our performance. Site speed is obviously critical for e-commerce businesses and really any website in general. And for a long time, we've looked at all the data from Amazon and Shopzilla and other e-commerce companies. And we really just sort of wanted to get our own data and be able to say, look, this is data from our real customers showing the business metric correlation with load time, and Torbit was able to give us that. In the past, for full page load time, we've had a lot of synthetic monitoring, but never real user monitoring. And the big benefit of that is we can go back to the business with real data from our actual customers and say, here's the value of improving the performance of the site. My favorite part of Insight is the conversion view, where it shows you conversion rate versus load time and bounce rate versus load time. And as of right now, I don't know of any other product in the market that provides that type of view. It really allows us to make the business case for performance. Up until now, we didn't have that at all here at Wayfair. And this really enabled us to say, okay, if we reduce the load time of a landing page by X number of milliseconds, we're going to get X number of dollars out of that. So this was a really big deal for us, being able to come back to the business with actual data from our real customers, measured yesterday, that shows the value of improving the performance of our sites. When I first pulled up the graph of bounce rate versus performance, I was blown away. It was something that, it's like the ideal graph that you want to see. There was such a strong correlation between the load time of the first page a customer visited and their chance of bouncing, that it really made a very strong case for improving the performance of our landing pages. We were able to show that by shaving half a second off of our load time on our landing pages, we can get 10% more customers on our sites. In fact, when I first saw the graph, it was so good that I screenshotted it and immediately sent it to like 6 people in the office. At Wayfair, we're a continuous integration shop, so we deploy code 30, 40 times a day, which makes it very, very hard to correlate just by looking at revenue day over day, what changes impacted things in what ways. But with the real-time view, you can actually push out a change and then immediately watch the impact, so you can know that it's correlated with that exact change. You can see exactly how your change is impacting customer behavior. The great thing about the histogram view is that it can really show you the distribution of load times across your site. So if you have one subset of customers that loads slower than another set, for example, logged in versus not logged in users, you can see that in the distribution of load times. Another benefit of the drill down view is breaking out load times by browser. So as you would expect, newer browsers are going to perform better than older ones, but you might find that when you look at the data, there's some browsers that you would expect to perform pretty well that are actually a lot slower than you think they are. And Torbit can really expose that for you. Just the ability to drill down into the map view or drill down into the browser view, it really justified the value to us of going with the product. If you're a company who's looking at one of these products, I think it makes a lot of sense to take a long, hard look at Torbit. I don't know of anywhere else you can get this good data, and the product's evolving so rapidly that I think it's going to be an industry leader.